Hi, my name is Nikki Mergel. I'm an American Sign Language interpreting major with a minor in political science, and I'm going to talk about the United States' role in stopping child trafficking. What is child trafficking? Child trafficking can be described as when a child has been recruited, transported, harbored, or received, and some commercial element is introduced in the production of child pornography, then that individual has also engaged in child trafficking. Who, what, where, and why? Boys and girls are both trafficked. Many believe that it's only girls being trafficked used for commercial sex industry. Many don't know that boys also get pulled into that industry. Many boys are used for hard labor, they're also trafficked for. Ages range from 1 to 18 to be considered child trafficking. Um, Sex trafficked victims usually range from 14 to 18, but that isn't always true. There could be younger than 14. Um, Many are used for labor, sex, or organ trafficking. Um, Most trafficking victims from other countries end up here in the United States because they're promised better education and work, but unfortunately, that's not always true. Um, Most are pulled into the commercial sex industry. Many are used for manual labor, being or stuck in a home as a cleaning person or in a brothel or whatever, and they're promised better education and their money gets sent back to their families because unfortunately from these other countries most of these families are poor, so they send their children out to make money for them to support their house. Statistics, every year 600 to 800,000 men and women and children are brought and sold for labor or commercial sex industry. 50% of those victims are children. As of 2012, there are 20.9 million victims. 1.5 million are from the United States. 68% of them are trapped into forced labor, so they will work. Many children work in other countries, work in factories, doing dangerous jobs. I know in some factories they're used to fix machines because their hands are smaller, so they're able to get into places that adults may not be able to. This unfortunately means a lot of those children get hurt, missing fingers, anything like that. 26% are children, and 55% are women and girls. Unfortunately, a high victim of trafficking is runaways. 1 out of 6 are brought into sex trafficking. These are usually girls or boys who are left on the street, and the trafficker, many call them a pimp, will come up and promise them somewhere to live, food, and a better life, but in reality it just means they're going to live probably be on the street corners selling themselves for these pimps. What is the impact that child trafficking has on these children? Many face physical and mental problems afterwards. Many of them are addicted to drugs since they're on the streets. Many of them have STDs, considering they're in the commercial sex industry. They have PTSD, having issues that they constantly have to relive it. Anxiety, depression, that all comes from that. Guilt and shame. Many of them don't believe that they were brought into this, so they think people look down on them. They don't know, many people don't know that they're trapped and they didn't choose this life. And most of them have Stockholm Syndrome, so when they are saved from this, they will unfortunately go back to their captors because they believe that they kept them safe and that they saved them. What U.S. is doing to stop this problem, and all over the world. It's not just the United States. There's plenty of organizations that are meant to help these children. You have the UNC, the U.S. Global Leadership Coalition, NSPCC, Arc of Hope for Children, Inc., United States Department of Labor. The United States is very keen on making sure that their products don't come from other countries that use child labor. There's the Youth Ending Slavery, Polaris, and Love 146. Many of these are focused just solely on child trafficking and helping children. Well, that's the end of my presentation. Thanks for listening.